Welcome, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to, I think it is day 100. Can you believe it? We've had like 100 videos recorded on some kind of a tip of the day. And we shall continue because there's lots and lots of short things that everybody can enjoy, right? People don't seem to have the attention span to like watch something for an hour and a half, but 10 minutes, yes, we may have that. So today I want to continue on what I discussed in tip 99, which is this evening meditation by Carolyn Mace. And here is what is the next one. So we focused on our seventh chakra in tip number 99. And now we move to the sixth chakra. And this is like a portion of it. So I'm going to focus on just like a portion of this talk. So she says, focus your attention now on your sixth chakra, your mind, your center of perception, your center of attitudes, of beliefs. Review this part of your life. Ask yourself, did I invest my energy today in any negative attitudes? If so, take a moment to identify them. If you lost energy today, call it back. Take a deep breath and call it back. Focus on the reason you lost your energy. Take a deep breath and call it back. Did you invest in a negative attitude? Take a deep breath and call it back and remind yourself, I don't need that attitude. So in that small portion itself, that is such a sweet advice, right? That this is a nighttime meditation. So at night, we can do a kind of review. You know, people talk about when the soul exits the body, you're doing a life review. Instead of that, at the end of the day itself, do a review of your day and see what negative attitudes did I invest myself in. And negative attitudes are anything from depression, anxiety, disappointment, frustration, irritation, anger, um, jealousy. All these so-called negative attitudes are the ones that are what she's talking about. If I invested my energy in that, and she always says, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. That means get centered, get into your presence, and bring your energy back, because she instructs that we are leaking our consciousness when we are investing energies. The other person is not doing anything. You know, we say, oh, that the way that store manager talked to me got me irritated, or the way my coworker showed an attitude that got me irritated, or I'm no, that person is not doing anything. You are giving it attention. And so what she's saying, take a deep breath, you know, where this consciousness, this attention is kind of flowing out of you, bring it back by taking a deep breath. Bring that consciousness back. Get into your full presence. You don't need that attitude. So here I will give you a tip. Excuse me. To this, what Dr. Joe Dispenza would say is, okay, if I, and you know, these days I don't even get irritated. Like, I don't have issues with, like, if I review my day, I don't get any irritation or any kind of anger. None of those emotions arise in me, right? Because I'm just going from one present moment to another present moment. But if something negative were to happen to me, right? Like let me take myself like a few years back, like 5 years back, and if something irritated me, what Dr. Joe Dispenza says is, instead of reviewing it like as though, you know, what the egoic mind does is it brings up that incident, right? That's the addictive wanting, what Eckhart says, an aspect of the ego of our wanting, toward our wanting and indifference. Those are the three ways that the ego manifests itself. It's the wanting to regurgitate that event. And we're going to go, oh, I should have said this way. I should have said this way, right? That is the normal egoic conditioned pattern of humanity. Oh, I should have, when that store manager said this, I should have said that, right? Instead of that, do a mental rehearsal of how you would be in a state of fully aware. You would have the metacognition that you're getting irritated by this, whatever this store manager is doing. So that you are not going to be reactive. Next time, you are not going to be reactive, right? And that's another way of give yourself a phrase, like he uses the word change. Next time you are in the grocery store and the store manager says something or is irritable, or your coworker, you're at work and your coworker gets you irritated, then in your mind say change, right? So that the emotion changes. So there's a constant vigilance of your awareness of your thoughts and emotions, right? So that's one thing. Like, call your consciousness back. Like, your consciousness is leaking the moment you are you have any negative attitudes. Then after that, what she says is, let me see. So she says, I don't need that attitude. It's that easy, right? Like, she makes that attitude like as though you could drop it away. So after that, she says, this is a place, the sixth chakra is a place of judgments. We make judgments with our mind because we think we know better. Oftentimes, we put ourselves in a position that we know what is best for everything. And the judgments begin to pour out of us, and they come from this part of our body, our sixth chakra. Take a moment, take a deep breath, and review the judgments you made that day. You review them. How many people did we judge? Include in this review the judgments you made about your own life. Did you tell yourself that something is a disaster in your life? Did you decide that something horrible happened to you, even though it may not have been? Evaluate your own attitude about your life. Do you tend to review your life with a sense of its emptiness rather than its fullness? Shift your attention to the positive. What positive attitudes did you invest in your energy today? So I absolutely love this ending part of this. That, okay, the sixth chakra is the one that is making judgments, right? That is another pointer. Then she says, tell yourself that something is a disaster. Did you tell yourself in your habit to have judgments? Did you tell yourself that your life is a disaster? Right? Again, call your energy back. You're just leaking your energy, right? Because yesterday in tip number 99, the video tip of the day 99, we just discussed that everything is divine. Like, you woke up, how the sun arose. Did you see, like, it has been the full moon the past couple of days. And it's been, I don't know why, in the city that I am in, it has been a very clear night. So continuously for the past 2 or 3 days, I've been seeing like the full moon very clearly. Even when I drive early in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning to work, it's like bright in the sky. I don't know what the difference is about the moon right now. It is like brilliant. And I just like do like a moon meditation while I'm driving. It is such an honor to actually experience that experience that you're driving, but you're seeing this brilliant moon, right? So there are little things about your day that you go, another person who is in the egoic patterns may go, oh, I'm getting so frustrated, and I drive 48 miles, like from home to work is 48 miles. So they'll get frustrated in those 48 miles. But I'm like, I turn it into a meditative, oh, look at this moon and look at the softness of the moon, kind of observing. I don't talk, but I'm like observing observing and absorbing the softness and the brilliance of the moon. And there's like a sense of appreciation of the fact that I see such a full moon, right? It has been like it happened Sunday night. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of March, 2024. So it happened on Sunday. It happened on Monday. Like Sunday, I was about to go to bed and I saw, oh, the moon is out. So I went outside. I put on my jacket and I went outside to go watch the moon. So there is such divinity in every moment of your life. So she's reminding us, don't judge your life that something is a disaster in your life. Don't ever judge that, right? And did you decide that something horrible happened to you, even though it may not have been? She's reminding us, don't judge, don't judge. Everything was divinely unfolding. Don't judge it to be horrible, right? It's just part of the sixth chakra to be judgmental. So recognize that and drop it. So evaluate your own attitude about your life. Do you tend to review your life with a sense of its emptiness rather than its fullness? So how many people do that, right? So the tip here, tip of the day today from me would be, one, if you have any negative attitudes, call your energy back. Like if you had a day of negative attitudes, just practice, like do a mental rehearsal. Okay, next time that I meet somebody, like, okay, if it was with a coworker, right? Next time that I'm going to meet this coworker, then you know, this is what happened. They said this and I felt this. And because of that, I reacted in this way. Next time, I will like take a deep breath and I'll get into my presence. I'll get into my inner body and I will just listen. I'll listen with my every cell of my being and kind of reaffirm them, reaffirm their presence and try and find a solution to whatever the problem is. I don't need to get irritated, right? Do a mental rehearsal. So the next time you are not that, that is how you fire and wire a different set of neurons. Like your neurons are used to firing and wiring a certain way. All you have to do is fire and wire a different way, right? And the more you practice how I fire and wire my neurons now, which is a lot of presence is required for that, but build it, use your presence practice, build your presence, and learn how to fire and wire your neurons a different way. And that is what Carolyn Mace is saying in this evening meditation, right? Like evaluate your day, call your energy back. And I'm saying don't call your energy back only this one day, but learn how to not do that negative attitude the next day or the day after or 4 days from now or a week from now. And the second tip is, did you tell yourself that something is, don't tell yourself that something is a disaster in your life. Evaluate your life ever since you were born till today and know the divinity of how each thing unfolded. I am eternally grateful for how life has unfolded for me and where I am right now. And you will realize each thing needed to happen exactly how it happened so that you would be in the place watching this video, if you're watching this video. Okay. And then evaluate your attitude. Do you tend to review your life with a sense of its emptiness rather than fullness? So change that attitude. Know that there is fullness in no matter what. And in video number 99, I had given the example that my issue 2 weeks back, that's correct. This week is when I had the car. Last week I didn't have the car. So it's 2 weeks back. was that my car engine, my coolant, a rock had hit my radiator, and the coolant had all, like there was a leak. The coolant had drained, and the engine got hot, and the engine died, right? Even in that disaster, there is fullness. I saw the fullness in how a police officer helped me and kept me protected until the towing guy came, how the towing guy brought me to the mechanic. The mechanic was like so sweet. Leave alone that, I asked the towing guy, can he drop me back home? That saved me an Uber trip, right? Like waiting for an Uber, calling an Uber, waiting for an Uber. So he saved me that trip. And then that the car was fixed and without too much trouble. So there is fullness in life. I did not label it that it's there's a sense of emptiness in that there's nobody. I could use the story, right? Like 20 years I'm a single woman, and there's no one to help me. There was nothing of that sort. I just saw how the universe arose in each and every person that helped me, right from the person that noticed that my car had broken down and called 911 and called the cops and said, hey, my car has broken down, right? And then the towing guy, that he was just 20-25 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour and a half. He was there in 20-25 minutes. And then he knew the right mechanic. And look at the divine intervention. He called the first place did not answer the phone. Look at the divinity in that the first place didn't answer. The second place was the mechanic that was really, you could see the honesty in the human being and how, what kind of honest work that person does, right? You can already know from that. God led me, planetary intelligence led me to the right person that matched my frequency as a mechanic as well. And then of course I got my car fixed. He dropped me back home, and I actually tipped him $40 just to out of gratitude that he took the time to actually drop me off back home, leave alone take me to the mechanic with my car. So that's how when we live, one of the things that I feel through Dr. Joe's meditations and Dr. Joe's work, we get hypnotized, and it's ingrained in us is gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. So remain in a state of gratitude for everything that is happening to you, and you'll just see how the universe arises. That's my tip for today. There were three things, right? Everybody follow that. No judgments. The first tip was don't let your energy leak, no negative attitudes, no judgments. Don't look at your life as a disaster, or that you say that your life is empty. That's Carolyn Mace's wisdom. Many blessings. Much love to everyone. Eternally grateful for the love and support. Have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you. Bye.